Hi, it's Nono here, and today we're going to see how to train StyleGAN in Runway. This first part will cover how you can prepare your dataset or what you need to get started by training. A summary is that you need 5,000 images roughly, so you can use 3,400, 4,000, 6,000, but 5,000 is a good number to start with. The resolution, or the ideal resolution, is 1024. Even though there are some, as they're called, StyleGAN checkpoints, which allow you to train your model continuing for previously trained models at 512 pixels, the highest resolution one, which is called the Flicker Faces HD, can allow you to create a dataset at 1024. This is the highest resolution, 1024 by 1024. So we're going to aim for the highest resolution. And then we can do 3,000 training steps or 5,000. Roughly 3,000 or 5,000 should give you good results. But we can also train for 1,000 steps on Runway and then continue where we left off afterwards. But right now, let's see how to prepare a dataset. I have here just a sample application that is called Shading Sunset. It's a web app that lets you filter a collection of 570,000 images with different filters. Our objective here is you can select here how many you want to download and the image size, and then we can generate an archive, so a zip file that contains our files and some metadata about them, and download them. But we just care about the image files actually. So we're going to set our amount of images to 5,000 here, and we won't skip any images, right? You have this skip parameter that allows you to skip the next amount of number of images from the beginning of the dataset that you're filtering. All right, so we have our setup, 5,000 images, 1024, and now we're just going to, for instance, select 2007 and go for a few neighborhoods. So we could go for Hollywood Hills West, West Hollywood, East Hollywood, and Beverly Hills. Let's see how many images that makes. All right, by adding all of these neighborhoods, we get to a total of 40,927 images. If you were to narrow down your dataset even more, we could add the tag, for instance, street light. And these images would only be filtered by the ones that Google Vision, so their API, recognized that there was a street light there. But in this case, we would only have 222 images. So let's click on Streetlight and remove that filter. So now we can get started. In this application now on this screen, you have your filter. Make sure that our settings are right. So we have 5,000 amount. So this will tell us that we archive and download 4,927 images, and we click Archive. The archive process is a process in which the server filters out the database, only letting the images that you have selected being zipped in a package zip file that you can then download. This process, if you're using high resolution and many images, like 5,000 in this case, takes a bit of time. Once our zip file is ready, we'll see a blue download button show up, and then we'll be able to download our dataset. So let's wait for that to happen. It might take some time. When your dataset is ready, we'll see a download button. So go click ahead and download the dataset. And now what we're going to see is what we downloaded. All right. So this is just a sample application that lets you curate your datasets and create a subset of images, filtered by tags, year, neighborhood, and other things. But you might not have any of this sort of application for your dataset. So you're going to have to create your dataset manually. But let's see what the dataset actually has. So we have here our dataset. You can see it has 4,927 images, and this is what we need to train. Don't worry about the image not being completely square. So this image is 1024 by 691, and that will be the size of all of our images. This specific page also gives you some JSON metadata that you would be able to make a bit more sense of if you go to a code editor like Visual Studio Code and then click on Format Document. But it contains things about the location, the tags, the scores, and position, and other things that are on these images. What we care a bit more about in this case is the Markdown file. So this README file tells us the unique ID of this export that we've done, how many images we downloaded, how many images we skipped, the resolution of the dataset, and also things that have to do with the filter that we used. In this case, we said only images from 2007, from these neighborhoods, and we didn't really filter by any tags. This gives us the date at which this dataset was exported, and also image credits that go to the Getty Research Institute. This is part of the Edward Ruscha photographs of Sunset Boulevard and Hollywood Boulevard. All right, so this is what you will need to train. Let's make a quick recap and go to the next video that is actually kicking off a training job. So you will need roughly 5,000 images. 1024 is the highest resolution we can train StyleGAN right now, and 3,000 steps is a good rough number to go with that. All right, so again, this is Nono, and we just saw some insights on what you need to prepare your data set to train StyleGAN inside of Runway. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.